Welcome back to this Microsoft PowerPoint for Beginners tutorial series. In this section, we are going to learn about animation and transition. My name is Pat from Primevox Academy. Let's get started. For us to start, we are going to open our presentation. If you want to add animation to a text, look at what you will do. First, you select the text by clicking on it. You may click on the line so that you are sure that the entire text is selected. What do we mean by animation? Animation is a kind of giving life to inanimate objects. So, while this object is selected, I will come to animation menu, click on it. From here, we'll see different types of animations. We'll have fade, we have fly in, we have float in, split, wipe, and all of that. You can select different types from here. If you notice, you will see that we'll have entrance, emphasis, and exit. So we also have motion parts. But as a beginner's course, what we will be focusing on is this entrance. Entrance means how you want the text to come into the slide. Assuming I am choosing fade, what will happen is that it will just fade in. Okay? I may decide to use fly in. It will fly in. This time, it's flew in from bottom. Then the next thing we are going to learn is animation style and direction. Okay? For this particular object, I may decide to change the direction. Like I don't want it to fly in from the bottom. I will come to this effect option and choose another direction. Assuming I want it to come from top left. So if I choose now, it will come like this. How cool is that? And if you want to add the effect to an object instead of text, you can just click here where we have object. So for this object, we'll select it, then choose any type of effect we want. Let's say this animation split or wipe. So any one of your choice. Now what we do is that we are going to play the entire presentation so that we'll see how it looks like. So what I will do now is I will come to this place where we'll have slideshow. From the slideshow menu, I will now say play from beginning. You can see that it is not automatic. So what you will need to do is to press the mouse button or the arrow key from the keyboard and it will play the first animation. Then this is the second slide. You click again, you see this animation. What you will notice here is that the slide itself does not have animation. That is what we'll call slide transition, and that will be our next lesson, how to add slide transition. For us to do that, you select the slide, then come to transition menu and choose how you want the slide to appear. This is fade, this is push. You may decide to apply a particular transition to all slides by clicking on this. So if I click here now, that will be applied to all slides. Now let us play it again from slideshow, then from beginning. Do you see that? So you click for this one to appear. Remember, if you want, you can also automate that too. Okay? How do you do that? If you come to this animation, you will see different automation here. Assuming I select this, you will see here, click on start, or you want it to happen automatically. So you select the duration in which you want it to wait before it appears. Okay? That is not difficult. And that brings us to next lesson, which is managing animation timing and color. If you want to be sure of your animation timing, what you will need to do is to enable this animation pane. So once you click on animation pane, it will bring out this pane for you. With this, you can be able to manage the timing. Let's assume I come to this place. You will also see another timing. For example, we'll have only this because this is the only object, or rather text, the only text that has animation. If I add another animation to this, for instance, let's say, let me use float, you will see that we now have two animations in our pane. So you can now manage when you want each of them to start, whether they should start on click or automatically. I hope you understand. Please do well to like the video so that YouTube will show it to many others. Also, share it with your loved ones. Do not forget to subscribe if you haven't done so. Until next time, keep learning.